Good afternoon, friends, followers, and channel members. Happy Monday. It's another week of flying, and what a great airport to start from. We are, of course, in Geneva, which is always a scenic departure, and we're off to, now, my pronunciations are rubbish, as you all know. Is it Skopje? We'll probably get about 4 or 5 different pronunciations of this. Anyway, somewhere in Macedonia, I think it is. Easyjet do fly this. This is a real-world route. It's normally flown at around 7 p.m. at night, however, from Geneva. So we're leaving a little bit later on today. But yeah, looking forward to this one, because I can't actually recall if we've flown to Macedonia in the past. So always nice to try out new destinations. So welcome on board, everyone. Come and grab a seat, whatever it is you're doing today. Flight time is a little under 2 hours, so it's a nice afternoon stream. We do have a school run to keep an eye on, so we are restricted on time this afternoon. So hey guys, coming into the chat, hey Liana, Nick, David, Aviation Fun, so William as well. Leon, full-time streaming? No, I just lucky enough to find enough time to do it. Although full-time streaming would be a dream, right? Hey, Andrew Curry, Dr. No Name, hello, Little Legend, Dark Fury is here as well. Dr. Magic Vacuous as well coming in. Hey Ace, hey, how are you doing, Ace Airstream? Planes and stuff, you were just watching yesterday's stream and did you get to finish it before we started today? Probably not. Hey J-Hog, good to see you. Hey Simon. Says it's leaving work now, sadly can't watch it. Never mind, I always check it out on catch up. Captain HMW, good morning to you. Sam, PC Sim Guy, hello from the Eastern US. Fantastic, thank you so much for watching. Hey Kittrick Farmer, good to see you as well. Hey Fruitbat. Fruitbat says finally a day stream whilst you're working from home. Yeah, we'll keep you entertained then today. And RSA WC, hello, hey Kieran. Right, let's jump on board. Operational flight plan is in the chat if you're watching on YouTube, and of course welcome to our Twitch viewers as well. Hey Cliff Turner and Unquix, I'm going to give him I can't pronounce that name, but hey guys, thanks to Nick for popping that information into the Twitch Discord as well. Spearbird 464. Let's jump on board and we'll get set up as quickly as I can. Say we've got a 2-hour flight and I've got a school run in about an hour, 2 hours 15 minutes, 2 hours 30 minutes, something like that. Right, let's jump on. So aircraft in its turnaround state as per usual. Don't think we've got any air traffic control around at the moment. So before we go any further, I've already sort of jumped ahead of the game a little bit here, gone through the operational flight plan. So the key things we need to know for our flight today is the call sign is a pain in the backside again. Top 619 Charlie Quebec. I don't think any call sign with its identifier of top Swiss should have extra syllables in it like Quebec. Anyways, so Sophia is the alternate. We've got just under 14 tons of payload, 370 is planned cruise, got a nice tailwind as well. Costing is 4, yeah, that's normal. Expecting runway 22 for departure and ILS 34 for arrival. Plug fuel is 7 tons, almost bang on. And just for the first sort of 20 minutes of the flight today, we just need to be aware that terrain is below, that's right, terrain is above 10,000 feet, so just need to obviously be aware of that in case there's any depressurization issues. And MSA is yeah, there you can see, so from Pass 27, Vanas, Medam, that kind of stuff, into Milan's airspace. The Alps are beneath us, so should look nice, and you get a nice view of Mont Blanc as well. If you sit on the left-hand side of our aircraft today, you should be able to see that. Quick carry on going through the weather. Shouldn't pose any difficulties for us today. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more, as it is at our destination. Cloud base 4,000 feet, so that our destination. So all Cat 1 stuff. All of the alternates as well are a Cat 1. So looking like a really nice day where we're going today. Shouldn't have any issues. No times for the departures. Already been through and checked that as well. And I've also had a quick look at the weather brief for a little bit later on. So nothing is going to change at our destination today. Winds light and variable and cav okay. And if we just have a look at our flight route there it is. So a little bit of northern Italy as they head out of the Adriatic, and then just some en route weathers there. So we've got icing, and we've got isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds. So shame the weather radar doesn't work, but we should be visual with all that stuff. So we'll stay out of the way and stuff. So we will take a little bit more than plug fuel because we may be deviating around cloud buildups as we go. But that's really the only reason, because I'm not expecting any nasty surprises when we get to our destination. Simon Gorgie, our first new channel member of the stream today. Simon, thank you so much for supporting us, mate. Really do appreciate that. Welcome to the First Officers Club, and of course, if you are on Discord, make sure you do get yourself into our members lounge. Simon, really do appreciate the support that our members give. So thank you so much for that. Right, so that's basically the flight plan, and with that in mind, just for deviations and things. So 7 ton is plug. We will go with we'll take an extra half a ton, so we'll take 7.5 today. Should be fine. So with that, then I think we can start setting up. Now, the weather here is 220 at 10, winds light and variable from the south and west. A few clouds 5,000, square at 6,000, and QNH is 1014. Let's go start setting the aircraft up. And as we need to get out of here quick, I think we can start letting passengers on board as well. So let's give them a shout. They're going to have to bust here anyway, aren't they? So let's tell them we're ready to go. Just before we do that, aircraft is turnaround phase, so let's just check that everything is as we need it to be. So we're on external power at the moment. Nav logo lights are on. Acupressure's green and good. Flaps, spoilers, etc. They're all fine too. Okay, we'll start setting up the box in a minute. But yeah, come on, let's get boarding underway.
We're all happy with how things are up here, so you can now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you.
No problem.
That's it. Fantastic. Doors are opening up. Here come the ground crew with their heavy loaders. A bit unrealistic, but never mind. Right, so QNH 1014. Yeah, that's set. We've got the guard on VHF2. Yeah, that's fine. Make sure that's monitored. Switching through levers, master's mode, gravity extension, parking brake is set, etc. That's fine as well. Up to the FCU, constraints are on. Initial climb up Geneva is 9,000. I am just going to try and I need to get out so we can get the full flight in. So if you do have any questions, just save them till we're airborne. I promise come back and sort those answers out. Dark says A380 on the 31st. What? 31st of what? February. Let's do the box. So 1 hour 49. There we are. That's data page. IRS monitor, got 3.5 greens. Aircraft status, CFMs, valid. Eric cycle. Okay, let's do that as well. And even Rocky Bro 47, mate, thank you so much for your support of the channel, becoming our second new channel member of today, Evil Rockin' Bro 47. Welcome to our First Officers Club. Make sure you get yourself in the members lounge as well. Evil, really do appreciate that support. Thank you so much. Let's get this box set up then as fast as we can. So Easy Swiss 19 Charlie Quebec. There we are. Cost index of 4. Temperature is 14. And Tropo is 327. It's not a million miles away, but 32783. Grab the winds. Clear the scratch pad out while I'm waiting for those to come in. There we go. IRS in it. Yeah, no deviations on there. And the FO's checked that they're correct for our parking stand today, which is parking stand 61. Planning flight all 370. The temperature is 54. And then departing runway 22, Medam 5 Alpha departure. That's the one. And then arriving at the other end is the ILS runway 34 Cogat 1 Alpha. And then I'm not actually sure what the veer is because I've not checked the charts, but I would imagine, let's have a quick look at that. Let's see what our options are. Oh, everything takes us direct to the Sierra Kilo Juliet, which means that I don't particularly want to have to fly a full procedure. Let's see if there's see what else we've got. Right, in that case, do you know what? I'm going to go no veer and we'll vector ourselves in if we can. ATC would vector you in anyway rather than flying the full procedure if that is at all possible. So, distance of 773, operational flight plan, distance has 768, so that's alright. Let's just go and do our gross error check. That's the departure, that looks fine. Out over northern Italy in the Alps, etc. And then, yeah, there is our arrival. Okay, we'll see if we can negotiate a better arrival in than that. Vector ourselves in. I think there's some terrain here, so we'd have to be a little bit careful. But either way, it's going to be a nice scenic approach, and we're expecting cab okay conditions when we get there, so that's fine. Radna page here in Geneva then, so we want the Papa Alpha Sierra, which is the VOR we fly over on departure, and then the Sierra Papa Romeo Saint Prix VOR, which is the start of the approach back into runway 22, used for our engine out and holding position, and into the Init B page. Alright, so have dispatch have been lazy the last few days, been a little bit late sending stuff through. Have we got a preliminary load sheet? We do today. Hey Mark, good to see you mate, good to see you. Zero fuel weight is 57.8 and our CFG, zero fuel weight CFG 30.2. Alternate fuel Sophia is 1.3. Fuel planning, we're going to take 7.5 tons of fuel, but we'll just see what the aircraft thinks is a good amount. 7.2, so going a little bit more, which gives us a takeoff weight of 65.1 and an extra sort of 8 minutes of thinking time. Takeoff CFG is 28.4. Everyone's getting on all in a nice quick manner, so that's good. Right, let's have a look then at calculating our performance data for departure. So, let's just bring this in. Whilst I'm on this, I am just going to load the aircraft weights up. So 7.5 tons of fuel we're going with. There we are. Let's do that instantly. Right, so, oh, not that one. There we go. So it's dry, obviously, here in Geneva at the moment. Runway 22, flaps 1. Clouds are nice and high as well, so anti-ice isn't going to be required. Weather's good. Takeoff weight is 65.1, and CFG is estimated 28.4. Just grab the live weather details there, and we can take. We take Bravo, don't we normally here? If we can get away a little bit quicker and shorten the taxi, and that gives us speeds of 141, 141, 144. And flaps 1. What we got with our flex is 66.
Passengers bus is coming.
There we go. Hey, Mad Matt. Good to see you, mate. Chris, why do I stream when you're working? It's for those people working from home, mate. Gives them something to do. Alright. So, let's see. That's done, that's done, that's done. Okay, let's have a look at SimSmart and grab the other stuff. Hey Barry, good to see you, mate. Okay. Thrust reduction acceleration, yes, it's a bit different here at Geneva. 28634366, and engine out is 2366. So let's get all that into the box. So thrust reduction is 2863, then 4366. Engine out acceleration is 2366. That's fine. Transition altitude 7,000 feet as well. Good. Now we need the secondary flight plan, so we'll copy the active and let's have a look at that engine out procedure here. It's going to be non-standard, of course, with terrain. The PAS VOI is left turn to Sierra Papa Romeo. Okay, and then into the hold. Now that's going to be pretty straightforward. So there we've got Papa Alpha Sierra. So all we're going to do then is create a waypoint from Papa Alpha Sierra. So we've got Papa Alpha Sierra. We want to turn left, so we'll just force that with a southerly turn. Just a couple of miles out, and then we're going to go Sierra Papa Romeo, where we'll enter the hold, and that is an inbound course of 224 and left turns. Of course, if we've lost the engine or something else has gone wrong, then we'll be coming back to Lima Sierra Golf Golf, and then that is the ILS approach for runway 22, no start, and Sierra Papa Romeo, of course, the VIA, and that's the engine out procedure setup. Just double check what that looks like. There we go. Papa Alpha Sierra, force the left turn. And then we'll just back round, enter the hold, Sierra Sapri, and back in. Oh, lovely. Right, box is set up. So I think whilst everyone's still getting on board, we are ready then for our departure brief. So start with the weather, as always. Weather here in Geneva is pretty good. More or less a nice strong headwind for departing. Winds are variable as well from the south and the west. A few clouds, 5,000, scat 6,000 feet, QNH 1014. Weather en route, we've just got a little bit of icing as we climb out of Geneva, and then we've got isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds to look out for as we're going, with no working weather radar today. That means that we're just going to have to keep our eyes out and be visual for that. And then the weather at our destination is fine. We've got very light winds and expecting cab okay conditions. Aircraft is fully serviceable. Only thing in the tech log is the non-working weather radar. No night times for departure. Threats to be aware of course, here in Geneva is the terrain. So just
ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our
train to the north,
service.
south,
Please place
and
your large bags
east.
into the overhead
So
locker. Wheels
anything
first.
goes wrong, we turn
Keep your
and
small items
follow
under
engine
the
out
seat
procedure,
in front.
hold at Saint-Prix. MSA 7,000,
Laptops,
10,600
handbags,
as
duty-free
we
and
get 10
loose
miles
items of
out.
clothing.
So worth popping
Once
that
you
on
have
the fixers
safely stowed
page.
your cabin bag, please take your
So
seat.
we'll do that.
To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this
So
policy.
it's 10 miles.
Thank you.
So if anything goes really wrong, then let's try and remain within that ring, because we know we're safe. Well, the MSA is a lot lower. What is it? 7,000. Okay, that's fine. That's all well and good. So yeah, obviously, as I say, biggest threat's just going to be the terrain. But weather isn't too bad today, so we'll be able to see what we're flying towards, which is always a bonus. Right, let's do the departure brief then. So today, no pushback's going to be required. So engine start on stand, and we're pushing straight out. So we are stand 61, where the real aircraft departed from yesterday. So we'll taxi 61, then inner, and then link 5 to the outer, and then we are going to depart intersection departure via Bravo. We'll get both engines started on stand. It's not the longest taxi, so we'll not bother with a single engine taxi today. Departure is the Medamp 5 Alpha, noise abatement 1 departure. departure for us today. Straight out, and then we're at the PAS VOR. That's when we make the left turn, following that at 5 Alpha. We've already said 7,000 MSA, and then after 10 miles, it's up to 10,600 feet. So first turn will be to the left. Transition level is 7,000. Initial climb today is flight level 90. That's in and in the box. Let's just go through that box then. So departure runway 22, mid up 5 Alpha, that's fine. Radar page, we've got the PAS and Saint Prix VORs in there. Progress page, final 370, Optimus 350. We can get to 370 at the moment, so that'll be okay. We'll burn off the fuel during the climb over the Alps, so 370, happy to stick with that. Confirming the speeds then, V1141 VR, also 141 clean today's 216, flaps 1, we're flexing 66 for our departure, looking to land with about 3 tons of fuel in at our destination, and we're taking 7.5 tons of fuel on board, which is about an extra 8 minutes or so to think about things. We've got 1.3 planned for our alternate as well. Secondary flight plan is set for the engine out procedure should we need it, so we can just activate that in the event of needing to reduce our workload management. Okay, that I think is everything set up. Only other thing to brief then is if we lose an engine, we'll do the engine out procedure. So if we lose an engine, we've got that all set up. The idea and the way we'll perform the engine out sit is we'll straight out. We're flying towards Papa Alpha Sierra anyway, so we can just activate that secondary flight plan. That's going to get us left back to Saint Prix ASAP, and we need to climb, get ourselves safe, and I believe if we can get ourselves up to, what's the minimum hold at Saint Prix? It'll be on this chart here. 7,000, yeah, so we need to get up to 7,000 feet to be nice and safe from the train for that. Okay, I think that is everything done, and I think that is also everyone on board. Don't need that now. Great stuff. So fuel is loaded, fuel is balanced. Let's get that APU started, and we'll welcome everybody on board, and we'll get going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin, and I would like to welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today, with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjet Sim Pilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we are airborne.
So we're going to be starting engines on standard. Remember, no need for the ground crew to come and assist us today. So I'm just waiting for the APU to kick in. So whilst I'm just waiting for that, then we've just got the final checklists to run through. So guys, once again, just a thank you while you bear with me as I'm not checking the chat at the moment. Just get set up and then we'll get going. There we go. APU is all well and good, so that's fine.
Cabin crew, we're about ready for flight, so if you can use all the doors out, cross-check. Thank you.
So get rid of the GPU, chocks and cones. Thank you, ground crew. You've done a sterling job. Get those removed, and we'll look at starting the engine in a second. We just need to give the APU a minute or so before we get the bleed air on. So, cockpit preparation checklist, aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 7,500 and balance. Seatbelts are on. Adhere's got the 3 nav greens, and the BARF QNH is 1014. Set cross-checked and 1,300 feet. Company messages come through as well, so let's just check that final load sheet is here. So received messages, load sheet, there we are. Let's accept that. So, takeoff weight 65, that's fine. Also should have said as well, if we do need to come back here, then we're departing then 65 tons. That is about half a ton above max landing weight, but the departure itself would actually probably burn that off, so we should be okay. 146 passengers, 1 infant, and our takeoff then, our takeoff CFG is 28, which means that no LMCs have affected us. Wonderful. Right, so APU bleed is on, and let's look at starting engines. We've got no ATC around, so looks like we're good to start that on our own. So I'll get the beacon light on. Acupressure's good and in green. Set the transponder to on, and yeah, I think we're good to go. So, engine mode selector, I'll do that in a second. Before start checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, EFB and phones are on flight mode, doors are closed and armed, beacon light is on, engine mode selector to ignition and starting engine 1. So the flight time today is about 1 hour and 50 minutes in total. If it looks like I'm going to be late for the school run, we might just have to increase the increase the speed, but we've done that before. Hal Edison says, hi, I love the content mate over on Twitch. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Arc 4 says, wonder why the engine acceleration and the performance calculator is different to the black box. Okay, so different airlines do use different values. In fact, the values that we're using here on this channel will, over the next few months, actually be changing. So the thrust reduction value is soon going to be changing from 1,000 to 800 feet AGL, which is a pain. But yeah, obviously they've worked out it's going to save money, and eventually that's what it is. It's all about, isn't it? Engine 1's happy and available. Starting engine 2. PTU pump is running. Don't know if you can hear it in the cabin. No, it's gone off now. Actually, anyway. Aviation fund, yeah, I know you can change them, you've just got to go in and set it up, but I haven't got time to do that. It does feel weird setting the engines up and not moving. Hey Felix, good afternoon mate, or good evening to you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for joining us today. 2 hours is the flight time, so you'll probably be asleep by the time we touch down, unless you fancy having a late night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit
and engine
routes,
2's happy.
oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
So engine mode selected to normal.
4 in the middle.
APU bleed can come off, APU master can come off, anti-ice is not required.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Spoilers, rudder,
In an emergency,
flaps.
leave all cabin baggage on board.
CFG is
seatbelt is
probably
fastened,
about there anyway, to be honest,
adjusted,
so that's done.
and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs
And
are
the
on,
after
and we
start
recommend that you keep it
checklist.
fastened
So
at all
anti-ice is off, ecom status is checked, pitch trim is
times. If the air supply
28%
fails,
and rudder
masks
is
will drop
neutral.
from above you. Pull a mask towards
Hey
you
Little,
to
this is
start the
live,
oxygen.
yeah, quite right.
Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust.
Right, we're on the right
Put
frequency.
on your own mask before helping others.
We are now.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your
Geneva
head.
traffic, top Swiss 19,
As the
Charlie
tapes
Quebec,
around
stand
your waist,
61, rolling
click
forward
together
and then taxing via the India,
and pull
link
the strap to
5,
adjust.
outer to holding point
Do
Bravo,
not
runway
inflate
22.
it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle.
Okay,
If it
parking
fails
brakes
to inflate
released.
or needs topping up,
And let's
blow
roll.
into the tube. There is a light and whistle for a
Don't
traffic
play
attendant.
chicken with a 60-ton
We
aircraft.
also carry flotation
Geneva
lights
traffic,
for children.
Studio 464, taxiing via
Your tray table
inner
must now be
Nick 4 and
Flight control
Alpha
check.
down,
to holding
window
point.
Full
blinds
left.
open,
Hotel.
and seatbelt
Full
fastened.
right.
We wish you a pleasant
Neutral.
flight with Easyjet.
Full up. Full down. Neutral rudder. Full right. Rudder. Full left. And neutral.
Geneva traffic up to 29 Delta Charlie, established 21.9 miles out, pilot runway 23.
Did I just say, was that the dulcet tones of Nick saying he's going to Holding Point Hotel? Is that right, Nick? Where's that? I'm sure you're right. Alright, quick ped check. No LMC's performance is...
Going to Bravo, Studio 464.
Oh, okay, fair enough. My spidey sense was tingling. Yeah, let's make sure we depart from the right runway at the right intersection. Let me just make this turn, and then we'll get set up. Hey, East Coast Canadian. Good afternoon, sir. Hope you are well, mate. That is amazing. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Our third new channel member of today's stream, East Coast Canadian. Thank you. Welcome to the First Officers Club. Really kind of you to support the stream, and of course, please don't forget to get into the members lounge if you're on Discord. Right, we'll do the taxi checklist once I've actually finished. But we're doing the PEDS check at the moment, so yeah, no change to our performance. We've got dry runway figures from Bravo intersection departure. Engine out, SID is left turn back to Saint-Prix, and that is climbing up to 7,000 feet. We make that left turn after passing the PAS VOR. Which is on our departure anyway. So that's the left-hand turn. Departure is straight out, and then it's going to be a left turn anyway at Papa Alpha Sierra. Mid and 5 Alpha, noise abatement 2, first turns to the left, and our initial climb is, our stop climb is flight level 990. Right, get that on. That on. That on. Terrain radar as well, of course, for this. There we go. That's all the stuff we don't want to hit. And the taxi checklist. So flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1 FMA, climbing up blue 152 9000 blue.
Geneva
Radar
traffic,
positive with shields on.
12 kilo Mike,
Eco
without a link 5, hold short of the
Takeoff,
outer.
no
for the
blue.
speed version from them to Bravo.
EFB is stowed, disconnected, and thrown away. Hey David Armitage, hope you're doing, mate. I hope you're doing well. Charlie, have I ever played Infinite Flight? No, don't think I have. James says, don't remember seeing any 80s or METAR, so we just had to get it the old-fashioned way off the tablet. QNH is 1014 for Geneva at the moment. Hey PHF, how you doing, mate? The FPS at this airport is around 30. It is quite heavy on the frame rates this airport, particularly when you've got some VATSIM traffic as well. Right, here's Bravo. Here's where we're going. Anything on final? I can see an aircraft just there, and Geneva traffic that's on final runway 22. Just give us a distance, please.
7 miles.
Roger, Top Swiss 19 Charlie Quebec is lining up for departure via intersection Bravo runway 22, and we'll make it a quick departure for you. Right, so lights are on, TCAS, packs are off, Might be a rolling takeoff, this one. Okay, lineup checklist then. So, cabin is secured, takeoff runway via Bravo, runway 22, TCAS TRA packs 1 and 2 are off.
Speedbird 464 will hold at Bravo for the arriving traffic.
So, if we're all okay with a rolling departure, let's go. Takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% in one set. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust, man flex SRS runway. Not too much rudder needed for the departure today. More or less a headwind.
100 knots.
Checked. V1 rotate.
If traffic top
Nav.
2 Delta Charlie is 2 miles on the RS runway 22.
Gear up. Let's get that nose down a little bit. Make sure we've got a positive speed trend. It's feel a bit blustery actually now we've departed. You can see we're not just sitting on rails. Primary flight display seems to be rather steady and updating. Don't know why it does this sometimes. It's quite frustrating. Thrust climb. SRS. Now, autopilot 1 engaged. So keep that nose up so we climb higher and higher at the speed, get us above that terrain.
And Geneva traffic, Speedbird 464 lining up runway 22.
So thrust climb, and now 90 blue. We'll level that nose off, start to accelerate away a little bit. Yeah, just ignoring the pack 2 for the moment. Just watching the primary, primary flight display. It's seems a little bit bugged at the minute. Looking to pass S speed, and then I can clean up. There we go. So, flap 0, spoilers disarmed.
Speedbird 464 is rolling runway 22.
And Nick's departing behind us. Because just be aware now, even though we're VMC at the moment, but we're about to reach the higher MSA now, 10,600 feet. So spoilers, flaps, landing gear, lights can come off. A bit bouncy as well.
Geneva traffic, top Swiss 12 kilo, might line up 60, we'll give a few minutes to reach the approach.
Charlie, how long have I been enjoying flight simulators for? Oh, 20, dare I say 25 years maybe? I started very young. Hey Migs, good afternoon mate. Says looks like a fabulous departure. It's always nice out of Geneva, isn't it? Always nice. Need a Zobo to do something with this terrain loading, sort of popping in and that. I can't remember when that was brought in and introduced to the sim, but it does kind of wreck a little bit of realism, doesn't it? It's all right once it's loaded in. It's just getting it there. I think that's Nick departing there. Are you on British Airways today, Nick, or are you flying a company jet? Right. So no ATC. Let's continue the climb then. So thrust climb, open climb, 240 blue. Let's make it 25, shall we? 250 blue. There we are. Nick, you're a BA charter. Fair enough. Hey, William Banton. Good morning to you, sir.
Ladies
Hope you
and
are.
gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
I think if you were able to pick seats for this flight, you'd probably want to be on the left-hand side. The left-hand side for the approach, probably the more exciting as well. We've got Mont Blanc coming up as well. So if we just sort of a flight plan page, there we go. I'll do that in a moment actually. So 10,000 feet, airports can come on there. Just ding the cabin crew. They can begin sorting themselves out. We'll get the bot to turn back on a little bit as well. Yeah, so that's fine.
Geneva traffic top Swiss 12 kilo Mike.
Zero the cost index. And leave those in here for now actually. Flight plan, that's fine. Performance, progress 370. Yeah, there you go, told you we'd be fine. So 370 is going to be the planned cruise, and we're able to take that today as well. So let's set 370 as well. There we go, 370 blue. And I'm also going to leave the secondary flight plan, so I'm not touching too much at the moment because, you know, if things go wrong we need to go back. There's not really anywhere else we can go, not without the potential of hitting something. So Mont Blanc is over there. In fact, if we now go to our fixes page, have we gone past it? Oh no, we've not. Oh, we'll get to see that in a little while. The other thing to add then is DGAD, which is our Alps waypoint. Pop that in, and it is that's not right. What is it? Am I spelling it wrong? DGAD. That's the one. Didn't think there was more than one. And we've put a radial of 225 in there and 090. Oops, 225 090. And that's our Alp line as well. So this side we carry on, this side we go back if we have an issue. So Mont Blanc, there it is. There she is. Get your cameras out, take some photos. PS Mirandi, SimSmart is only for the A320, so I suppose you could use the engine out procedures and thrust reduction values, etc. But as a performance calculator, it's only for an A320 Neo. I use it for the Fenix though, to get the thrust reduction acceleration values and the engine out procedures as well. All of this stuff would just be if you're using the fly-by-wire A32NX. Still seems very snowy, doesn't it, for this time of year? Having said that, the heating keeps coming on in our house, it's that cold. Hey, Lemon Watch Bear on Twitch. I love the camera emoji. That's amazing. Says love all the flying. You're welcome. So answer 2-4. Is the cost index 0 the most economic setting? There's two schools of thought in that. Every airline needs to set cost index differently for how they operate, and it's all to do with money. On the basis of it, it seems like the cost index 0 gives you the slowest speed. Well, it might do. Which slowest means less fuel burn, but it means that you're also going to be travelling for longer, so your engine wear and tear fuel bills go up. So it really is a complicated subject, and Airbus say that cost index is not just about the speed of your flight. They're very, very keen on pointing that out. Right, I'm just concerned whether we just leave the seatbelt signs on for a moment, just while we get across the main bulk of the Alps, because it's going to be bumpy for a bit. It seems like we've just got above that cloud line though, so I think we can get rid of those. That will help a little bit of engine performance. Love seeing that. This is what immersion is for us. Look, we've got a guy up there flying in the real world, of course, on the VATSIM network, and there he is. Mick says hit the like button for those views. Nice. Clear Trev, what announcements would you use for a British cabin crew add-on? Well, you'd probably want British Airways, wouldn't you, or the Easyjet one? Yeah, good decision to keep that seatbelt sign on. That was a bit bumpy, wasn't it? You can see it now. Primary flight display is working fine. But I love seeing stuff like this. I love seeing the contrails in the sky, although that contrail seems to be forming rather behind where that aircraft is. A gorgeous view. Not sure which view's better, to be honest. That's probably a better one. Barry says, a bit too much snow for the Alps. Have I forgot to update Rex AccuSeasons? No, Barry. So the snow is nothing to do with Rex AccuSeasons. The snow is Zobo's real world weather. So if you click live, if I went in and clicked live weather off now, it would completely remove all of the snow. Wolfie Cow says that is a stunning view. We'll need to fly from there. Oh, definitely. If you haven't checked out, if you haven't done Geneva before, definitely do it, because it is amazing. Lemon says, what a view, even sat here in economy. Well, hate to tell you, but you know, you're flying Easyjet, so all our seats are economy. Alright, can we go and raid the cockpit? This is currently what the cabin crew are doing. We're going to be working down through the seats, and we'll be serving you drinks pretty soon. Migs, we are going to be landing into custom scenery at Skopje today. How do you pronounce that? So it is freeware scenery as well, so looking forward to checking that out. Nick, stop touting for business. Lemon, you make a fair point. There's economy and then there's economy. Yeah, I'll be flying British Airways economy later on in the year. Mike, yeah, low cost economy. Bacchus says O'Leary would love you to be sat on milk crates. Bacchus, O'Leary would love you to be stood up. Right, we're just passing that Alp line now, so if something blows up now, we're going to carry on. We're not turning round. We'll check out, yes, I'm on route weathers. I think everything's settled down a little bit now, so it seemed like a long time to leave the seatbelt signs on, but it just seemed a bit choppy. Whereas that looks lovely and calm now, doesn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Mike, yes, later in the year I am off to America on British Airways. I'm quite sad though that I'll be on a Boeing aircraft. I can't sit there and think, oh, well, if both pilots eat the fish. William says, thank God the loo is open. Oh yeah, curry last night, was it, William? Right, so 10,000 feet to go, then we'll look again on route weather and things like that. We've got Milan over to our left, which is over there somewhere. Yeah, Mike, 777 it is. Can't fly one of those, don't know how. What I might have to do before I go is get more familiar with Boeing systems and nip down to our local flight simulator centre. We've got an amazing 737 fixed base that pilots use to train. If you want to check that out, by the way, the place is located just off junction 36 of the M1, and it is called Fly Me. And it's ridiculously impressive. It literally is a they've set it up as a virtual airport. I know Dark Fury's been there as well, so he can also testament to how good it is. Mike, I'll get off to just have to get the PMDG just in case. Will it be out before I go? That's the next next question. Mad Matt said, didn't O'Leary state that if he could get away with having standing room only on the 737 he would? I think he did say something like that. How serious he was, I don't know, but it got people talking about it, which is ultimately what Michael O'Leary is very, very good at. It gets him in the news, and ultimately that means free advertising. Legend, are we going to be doing retro ops soon? By retro you mean Boeing, don't you? Bacchus, you've looked into some sim time. Yeah, not cheap. So I think Fly Me is £99 per hour. That is off-peak. Which is pretty much what you're going to be looking at paying everywhere. Simon, I could get the Captain Sim 777. I'm not so sure that would prepare me for anything good. Yeah, Mad Matt UK, all publicity is good publicity, apparently. Right, that's it. MSA looks much better now. I'm still climbing. I love the detail down here. Look at that. Even at 30, what are we at? Getting up to 37,000 feet. Stunning. Occasionally you do get a bit of an immersion killer. You've got the obviously a satellite imagery line there, but do you know what? When you think of what flight simulators were like in the past, we can live with that. Hey Chris Hogg, good afternoon Chris, how are you sir? Welcome on board our 2-hour flight to Macedonia. Chris says, right, back to work then, enjoy the flight. Chris, keep us on in the background. You don't need to work hard. Or maybe you do, I don't know, you might be a paramedic, in which case, for the love of God, please turn us off. Alex, you as well, never mind mate. If you can get back on in the next hour and a half, we'll be just coming into the landing, so we'll see you then. Leanna says, to be honest, the better things get, the more these imperfections annoy me. I know, you wouldn't have batted an eyelid, would you? About satellite imagery lines and things like that in the olden days of Microsoft Flight Simulator 98. Chris, you've got meetings, otherwise you will. No problem, Chris. We will hopefully see you again soon. William says you went back to FSX playing around, and wow, what a difference. I couldn't even remember what that looked like. I'd have to go and Google some images. Hey Elliot, says afternoon, bit late today. You were in the sim doing a VFR to Berryhead. and on to Sultan from his home airport of Exeter. Bet that looked nice, Elliot. The weather's not too bad today, I don't think. Jensen, your game crashes every half an hour to 60 minutes. You tried everything, it's not hardware. I would start by reducing your settings, graphics settings, that kind of thing, and also just try flying with an empty community folder for a while. I know it means you'll be flying some of the stock vanilla jets, but just to see. Mike says I won't know where I'm going down to Heathrow as an easy part. I know, Heathrow's just going to really confuse me. What does concern me a little bit is I keep looking at the flight that I'm going to be taking, and sort of like for the last few months it's always delayed, and I've got a connection to me when I get over to the USA. Thankfully I did have the forethought to ensure I've got about a 4.5 hour layover time in the USA, which I think probably should see me right, even in the worst case scenario, unless the flight's cancelled, of course, then I'll not be happy. Dark Fury Easy may be going to Heathrow soon. Is it the April the 1st, Dark? Hey Ace, if I have a moment, can I explain the graph for weight and balance in the EFB? You're clicking it without really understanding all of the odd lines on the graph. Oh, these lines are, in fact, can I get to it? Yeah, okay, so let's just get a bit closer. Ugh. So, do you mean this one? So it's what they call an operational envelope. So you've obviously got at the top line. This is your takeoff C of G. So we know it's normally around 2730. So it's within. That's where it usually is, but it can depart anywhere within this envelope. But you've got other things to take into consideration as well. So you've got a maximum takeoff line, so we can't go above that. So here's your weight, that's your takeoff weight, and that's your C of G. So then you've got a max landing weight, max zero fuel weight. So where they sort of put this, it's not an X, is it? I don't know. Well, I suppose it is an X. That's essentially where we are. So you've got a zero fuel weight limit as well, which is this line here, and it's one of those, the longer you look at it, I suppose it becomes more obvious what it is you're looking at. What I would do is, I can't do it now because we're obviously flying, what I would do is I would just play with the figures. So I would just add some passengers to it, but no fuel, and you'll see that you can't add any more passengers and payload up to this maximum line here, because that's the operational limit for the zero fuel weight. But you know, if you were at a takeoff weight then of sort of, what's this, 62.5 tons, you loaded the aircraft at below 21% centre of gravity, then you'd be outside of this operational envelope. So you wouldn't be able to depart. Chris, sadly no air traffic control today. No, not at the moment anyway. I don't know if we'll get any a little bit later on. Pierce Brandy, in real life, do you have this kind of graphic representation? Every airline has a different sort of tablet set up, but yes, you do. Every aircraft will have its operational envelope, as they call it. So yes. Right, we're at alt cruise, so now we can go to TCAS set to below. We'll do a fuel check as well. Let's get rid of DGAD. So I'm just going to do some more clearances. Get rid of that. Radnar page, we can clear that out. Don't need those. Secondary flight plan, copy the active, that's done. Looks like we're going to be getting in with plenty of time for me to do the school run, so definitely a bonus. Quick look out the window, isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds, can't see any of those. So, top of the climb, let's just do our checks.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know, we've reached our cruising altitude for today, and we are not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet sim pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
So the back of the cabin is just getting a little bit warm. I'm quite happy with my flight deck being 24. That's nice and comfortable for me. They're all fine. We haven't got a fuel leak. Temperatures of the brakes are fine. Computers are working. Nothing's broken.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Right, cabin crew are on their way around. That means the Cloudbot is indeed open. You can spend your Easyjet points. You can earn your Easyjet points by gambling, chatting, and of course any donations supporting the channel also earn you copious amounts of Easyjet points as well. Cleve Travis has got a run. He's got the H145 to learn. Dirty Harry says, watch my landing tutorial a lot of times, but landings are always so hard with Phoenix, you don't know how to continue. Maybe I have another crucial tip. Aside from practice, I think that's probably the biggest tip I can give you. If your landings are hard, just keep an eye on the wind. You know, if you've got a headwind, don't flare too much, otherwise you'll float. If you've got sort of a crosswind or particularly a tailwind, perhaps flare a little bit earlier, and then hold the stick back. Don't let go of it. You just need to hold it back. The moment you let go, then the aircraft is still going to start to pitch down. You know, particularly when you reduce thrust as well, then it becomes just like a bit of a brick, doesn't it? So yeah, just be patient, Dirty Harry. You'll get there. Promise you'll get there. Hey William, what is this supposed to be on the two screens by the ECAM? Oh, the CBDLC screen. These screens just here. So that's basically ACAR's messages and things. CPDLC from air traffic control, which we have seen working before, but you need air traffic control online for that to work, sadly. Right, 8 minutes. We'll do a fuel check. Get some en route weathers as well. Pat Breeze, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Hey, Notlex says working on Monday should be made internationally illegal. Well, we can't really complain here in the UK. We've got 1 billion bank holidays coming up, so not sure I'll be streaming those days. Mike Oliver says that's my issue, my landings are pretty Ryanair. You'll have to fly for Ryanair, Oliver, then no one will notice. Pascott 241, glad you like the cabin announcements, right? They do need updating because they talk about cash, and Easyjet don't accept cash on their flights now. Just blood.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
And Nick enjoying a jam and toast tea. I've not had a jam and toast tea for ages. I'm on to biscuit tea at the minute. It's quite nice. And Sean's just being vanilla and going for a standard tea. Enjoy, Sean. Right, let's see what Venice has got for us. 'Cause that's just to the north of us. Well, a little bit to the north. We've also got Milan as well. And then as we're heading out, we've got Bologna straight ahead of us. What is that? Is that Papa Echo?
Thank you. I hope you enjoy.
I mean, it looks pretty good down there, to be honest, doesn't it? And then we've got, is that Zadar? Another airport that Easyjet do fly to, so check that out as well. And now we'll keep an eye on doing that fuel check. The Binary says, thanks for streaming, making working from home easier today, as there's not much to do. Fair enough. Dirty House says, thanks, you bought FSI panel. I think that's great, isn't it? Had about 50 landings. Somehow it doesn't get any better. Maybe the 737 PMG will land better. I mean, obviously the Phoenix is capable of landing well. We've seen multiple decent landings here on live stream. Having said that, we've also seen some crunches as well. So it's it really is just down to practice, really. Hey Dennis, do you ever get the too steep path ahead but totally disagree? Yes, Dennis, you do. And sometimes, you know, you can... The box might say that, but you know, well, actually, I'm going to be a lot slower by the time I get there, so I'm going to have time to get down and that kind of thing. So, yeah, it does happen. Lena says, oh, by the way, turns out... what have I done? Turns out you do like pose scratches. Yeah, you can get kilogram bags off Amazon. Yeah. Aviation Fun, you've had a 45-minute meeting and missed the takeoff. Don't. Missing all the fun today. Still just see parts of the Alps in the distance. Adventure and Simulations Black Cherry Tea. I've never heard of that one. Is that any good? Does it taste different, or does it just smell? Does it just smell like black cherry tea? Right, I've got an aircraft there. Same altitude as us. There he is. That's fine. Oh wow, Migs coming in with yet another super chat. The $13.99 Canadian dollars says, I've decided to take a break from collecting so many easy points and will be collecting slightly more points instead. Anyway, what's the onboard snack today, Captain? Have you got a warm cup of tea? Migs, for the amount of donations you've given this channel, I think you've pretty much bought the aircraft. So Migs, have tea, cider, Guinness, drain cleaner, whatever you would like to drink, Migs. You've definitely earned it, mate. Absolute legend this last week of supporting the channel. Really, really kind and very, very generous. So I think we should get champagne out for Migs, actually. Nick is very good at buying champagne. And Migs has just also made it into the top 10 of the Easyjet point earners as well. So he's on... who have we got? We've got Migs at 10. Legend Dark Fury is at number 9. Otto, number 7. And then we've got... sorry, Otto's number 8. Ginger Nimbager is number 7. Elliot, number 6. Nick at 5. Number 4 is Soren. And then we've got Peter, the STCO, at 3, Mark is at 2, and Eastbird still sits prominently in the dominant position of number 1. Now, we've been doing a lot of flights recently where obviously the biggest things you can spend these points on are things like failures and request routes. I'm hoping that this week will allow us time to get in a route that Dark Fury has purchased this week as well. I've gone and got the scenery for that, so looking forward to checking that out at Tallinn. We're going to have to restock the failures, I think, at some point in the future, because yeah, we need to give you guys something to spend your points on, don't we? And Dark Fury is usually the VIP member for the day as well, with him sitting in the first officer's seat, kicking my poor dog out. Barney Arks, mate, thank you so much for your support as well. Welcome to our first Officers Club, Barney. Make sure you get yourself on our Discord server and the Members Lounge as well, Barney. So really do appreciate you supporting the channel. We're going to have a members only stream coming up as well, because our membership has just has gone up quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. So we definitely need to get a members only stream and maybe a group flight. See if we can get that organised. And of course, occasionally when I'm practicing some stuff, like maybe some CATSI airfields, I live stream that just to the members only as well, so you can see all the failings that go on behind the behind closed doors. Forgot what we were doing last time. Where I was practicing something. I thought we'll check that out. Right, we're going to do a test in a moment. Fuel check, sorry. X-Play, of course you can ask a question, go for it. Got all the time in the world. Migs, you've made it to the Howler top 10, you can now retire, absolutely. Through about, let's have drunk passenger causes diversion failure. Oof, don't. Yeah, sadly, I just can't understand how it can happen. Well, no, I can, but what are these people thinking? Do they not actually realise how dangerous it is, how much chaos it causes, and how expensive it is just to divert a jet? What are we on? We're looking at Lurit. Right, what extra fuel did we take? Let's just check this out and make sure that we can work this and we're good. So, plug was 7, we took 7.5 tons plus the contingency, so it's about 0.7 ton extra. And we've just passed Lurit. Let's find that. Where are you? About 36 minutes into the flight. We've been flying over half an hour already. Wow, time goes fast when you're having fun. Whilst I'm scrolling for that as well. Oh, awesome, mate. Brendan, gifting 5 Easyjet Sim Pilot channel memberships as well. Membership is going up and up. Thank you so much, Brendan. That is incredibly kind of you. So, welcome to Jack, Ben, ALGB, Andreas, and Lewis as well. Brendan, legend. Thank you so much, mate. Really do appreciate that. And welcome to our new channel members. Very generous of Brendan gifting those memberships onto the channel. Thank you so much, Brendan. So I'm just checking at Lurit, then we should have had about 5 tons of fuel. What have we got? No, shouldn't we have had about 5.2, and we've got 5.2, so that works out perfectly well. Chris Hogg, how do you check how many points you've got? Could someone do? I think you just type exclamation mark and points. I think that's it, isn't it? I'm sure someone in the chat will be able to show you. Leanne, you don't think the problem is they're thinking, the problem is that they are. Yeah, quite right too. Quite right too. Now, X-Play Gaming. Can you tell me how to fix Microsoft Flight Simulator? It keeps crashing on startup. This is the problem. You've had it for a month. Right, X-Play Gaming. If you're on PC, I would empty that community folder. In fact, I would, yeah, absolutely empty the community folder. Play with nothing else running in the background. Presumably, as well, you have the PC capable of running it. So, Adventure Simulations, going back to that T. It smells and tastes different. Celestial Seasonings make it. I've never heard of it. SWK, can I explain what the VIA is in the flight computer? So the VIA is basically your initial approach fix. So if we have a look at our approach today, I don't think we've got any VIAs, to be honest. No, we haven't. So the VIA available today is just via the Sierra Kilo Sierra Kilo Juliet, the Skopje VOR, which has us fly straight out, teardrop, and back in. So VIA is just the initial approach fixes. Let me just try. Hang on. If I try Echo Bravo, just have a search for Berlin. It might be a bit easier. Yeah, so here we go. We've got different VIAs here. So if you're coming from the north, the VIA would be Ketap. If you're coming from the south, your VIA would be Nukro. There's also another one here at Gub. Another one there, KLF. So they're just different ways to begin the approach, basically. So you're coming in via those waypoints. So I hope that makes a bit of sense. Right, should we check those en route weathers? We did request them, I never actually checked them. So Venice just up north, wind's fine, visibility's fine, so that's open, and Zadar. Winds are fine, few clouds, yeah, it's wide open as well, isn't it? Yeah, everything's looking good. Right. Be able to see the Croatian coastline as well pretty soon, which is always good. Is the overhead banner not working again? Let me see if I can fix it. Right, hopefully that's working again now. Captain Chromium is my favourite livery, Easyjet or not? I don't think that. I don't really think I've got a favourite livery. I mean, there are some that look beautiful. Gotta love the Condor livery, for example. Someone really did hire Aldi's marketing team for that, didn't they? I've got the Italian coastline as we leave that. Aviation, you like the Spirit livery? Well, it doesn't get much more yellow than that, does it? It sticks out. Hey, Mona Lima. Good afternoon. Dennis says, mission for me from one of our biggest fans. Before you fly to the US in a few months, you would love to see you fly all of the legs on the sim before you leave. Dennis, I've thought about doing this. I promise I have. The issue would be the length of time it's going to take me to do the Heathrow to Philadelphia leg. I mean, that is a... I mean, what would you have to do? I'd have to depart at... I mean, for me personally, I would have to depart very, very early. It's going to get on very late, so... I'd need to sort of get rid of my wife and kids for a day. That'd be the issue that we have there. But I have thought about it. Not getting rid of my wife and kids, just doing the flight. Sean says, yeah, I thought it was, you thought you were seeing things when you saw the headwind A330 with a Condor livery. Yeah, stop smoking whatever it was you had last night. Migs, what do we think of the current Condor livery? Is it like Marmite? I just think it's genius advertising. I mean, it was plastered everywhere, wasn't it? Anyone that never heard of Condor before, they certainly did afterwards. Cars on track, do I watch Air Crash Investigate? I have seen quite a few of those, yeah. I like it. I think, obviously a lot of the stuff is sort of dumbed down because it's not designed for the sort of professional aviator, is it? It's designed for a general audience, but I think what they do very, very well. I'd be lying if I said no, I didn't enjoy it. I'd sit and watch those with a cup of tea if I get a spare 40 minutes or something. I discovered as well, I shouldn't advertise this, but I've discovered as well that Air Crash Investigation, all series, I think stream on Disney Plus. It's almost making me buy Disney Plus. Well, that and the kids keep begging for it as well, but at least if I give in, I've got a reason to enjoy it myself as well. Nick, do you ever think my wife watches these streams? I could tell her I'm having an affair and get away with it, she wouldn't watch. Like I've got time for that. What else we got? Elliot, have I thought about uploading a vlog for the members? Yeah, so Elliot, so what I will be doing definitely with these trips is, you know, channel members, you'll be in for a treat when I do go away, because obviously I will be away from the sim for a few days, but don't worry, I will obviously still have internet access, and I will be around. I will be about for our channel members who support us, so definitely worthwhile. And Barry Barson gifting 5 Easyjet channelship members as well, just talking about channel membership perks. So guys, thank you and welcome Barry, welcome to our new members, courtesy of Barry. Members Mona, Matthew Stuff, Ray, Abdul, Jeff, and Barry and all of the others that have donated today. You're turning the chat green, it's amazing. Thank you so much guys, and Barry a mod as well, and a long time supporter of the channel. Really kind of you, Barry, to continue your support the way you do. Really do appreciate that, and very generous. Hi Waver on Twitch says he's a flight attendant at Condor. Oh wow, okay, you on obviously you don't have to answer any questions, it's entirely up to you. Just wonder if you did the long haul flights that they do, because they obviously do some great holiday destination tours as well. Aviation Fun, you get free Disney Plus with this phone network. Maybe I need to change my phone network. Barney Ox, any news on version 2 for the Phoenix? Not yet, apart from it's obviously been worked on. I can understand people's frustration because they see the PMDG getting updated and other things getting updated quite quickly, and obviously since its release, I can't remember if we've had one update or not from Phoenix, but it's obviously it's a long time, isn't it? But I think they just want to get everything, you know, as close to, because they're not just working on a version 2, they're also working on things like the IE engines as well, which is a whole other board game as well. The answer says no aircraft investigation on Disney Plus. Really? Hang on, where did I see that then? I'll have to Google this. Are you in the UK, Leanna, as well? I know that sometimes makes an issue. Watch Air Crash Investigation on Disney Plus. I'm looking at it. Hang on. I'm not signed up to it, of course, so I can't watch it. The problem is, on Disney Plus, I've not found a way to be able to search for what they actually have. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Hang on. Just to prove I'm not making this up. Hang on. Something to do while we're in the cruise, isn't it? Yeah, how about we just jump onto Google. Where have I seen it? See if this helps. Yeah, there you go. Top answer. Watch Aircraft Investigation full episodes, and that's from the Disney Plus webpage, so I presume that's correct. Yeah, no, Lex, I think I may have just Googled Google. I always remember seeing a funny stat that Bing search engine usage was up by 34% this year compared to last year, but the top search result was Google. As people launch a browser and just type it in. So Leanna says, oh, you're in Nottingham. Sure. But you can't find it in search. Well, that's annoying. Well, I'm not going to sign up to Google Plus if I can't actually watch it. I was hoping, yeah, I was hoping to be able to watch it. I thought that would be, that would work. That would be fine. So Highwaver says, yeah, so you've not finished the training yet. I have flight attendant at Condor, but we'll be doing the longer flights. Looking forward to them. Excellent. I guess with the long flights, that's when you get to stay over, isn't it? Get the proper experience. Night stops. Kieran McClure says it got removed. Really? Alan says it absolutely does not show in his search on Disney Plus. Oh, what's going on? Ellie says Aircraft Investigation is returning to National Geographic. Oh, so is that do they have an online streaming service as well? Jayhawk says I don't need it, Gav. Just watch him when he streams. There's plenty of them on there. Excellent. Adventure Simulation says just finished a rail trip in the US over the past 30 days. 6,500 miles, 92 stops in 16 states. I'm presuming that's in real life as well. That's the problem, Elliot. I've not got Sky, so yeah. Nolex2411 says he knows that Bing implemented ChatGPT function recently. ChatGPT is unbelievably and scarily intelligent. He asked it to write him some code and it did it in a matter of seconds. See, that has just gone completely over my head. I have no idea what you've just said. Now then, I'm not on I'm not on Sky either. Adventure Simulations, that was in real life on Amtrak. Amtrak! Now, are they still going in the UK? I remember Amtrak delivering loads of things to my dad when I was a kid. Let's have a look at Dubrovnik. It's not a million miles from where we're headed. So Dubrovnik 130 at 15. That's the ILS approach in there, so light rain scattered 800, temporarily raining. Oh, okay. Getting on the ILS though if we need to, we don't need to do that visual turn. Where else have we got? Oh, high level cloud now coming to ruin our views. This is where we got the embedded CBs though, isn't it? Which is where working weather radar would be really good. We've got a Lati. Is that Tirana? I know it's a big enough airport for us to get into. Flown there a couple of times I think on stream. That's wide open as well. Fine. So let's just look at how we're going to get in. I mean, obviously we could do a full procedural turn. We're going to be on the Kogat arrival, so that comes in here, gets us down to Sierra Kilo Juliet. Now this is just what we've got to be cautious of. We've got all this terrain here. So we might actually be better doing the full procedure. But because of the direction we're coming in from, okay, starting to build up a picture here now. So Koga here, 1 Alpha, minimum we can get down to is 6,000 feet. But if we have a look here, 10 miles Sierra Kilo Juliet, let's have a look. MSA is 10.4. And if we just have a look at the actual map itself, yeah, you can see Gridmore is 11.1, 10.5. So I'm reckoning we get down to obviously 11,000 feet, heading towards the VOR, but we can probably, we'll check out the cloud base, and if we're VMC then, we'll get down at, we'll get down to 6,000 feet then at the VOR. Just curious that you've got 10 miles from the Skopje VOR there. We can get down to 6,000, 6,000 is 6.2 there, but there's nothing here, which means we can get down. So it looks like we'll get down to the VOR and then we'll just look to fly the full procedure in, which is we fly outbound, getting down to 4,000 feet in the turn, and then back down to 3.6 platform altitude. We're not circling to land. I think that's pretty much what we've got in the box anyway. Yeah, that's what we've got. The speeds that it's gone in there anyway look pretty good. Alright, happy with that box setup. Let's get some other information off here then. So transition altitude is 11,000 feet. Platform altitude is 3,600. MSA as we're coming in is 10.4. check out the weather in a little bit. ILS Mike Sierra Kilo. Elevation 768. And missed approach. Straight ahead 2 miles from the Sierra Kilo Juliet, then a right turn. Intercept and follow 016 radial at 18 miles. Enter racetrack, climb 6000 and hold. Entry to the racetrack restricted to 200 knots. So that's quite a high missed approach, but we've got lots of terrain around, so not entirely unexpected. Right, don't know much about this airport, so let's just check out some other stuff. 45 meters, 3.4. Pappies are set to 3.3. And what's the ILS approach? That is also 3.3, so it's a slightly steeper descent as well. How long is the runway? About 3 kilometers. Okay. Well, I want to be perhaps a little bit slower, so we're going to go for a full flaps landing. We've not done that for a while. Alright, we're going to set the box up and then we'll be ready to do a brief in a little bit when we've got the latest weather. So, we're going to be on the ground in about an hour. Well, we definitely need to be on the ground in an hour because otherwise my lad's going to be stuck at school. Sierra Kilo Juliet is the VOR, so pop that in. That's Radnav done. Can't remember the code for this airport. Lima Whiskey. Sierra Kilo, and it's runway 34. Get that in. Sort that out in a bit, but we are going to do a full flaps landing today. Looking to land with 7, 8, 9, 60, about 61 tons then. 61, 62 tons, that's fine. Copy the active flight plan. Alright, only thing left to do is just get some weather, but we'll give it a bit of time before we do that. Get a latest update a little bit later on. Right, we're going to be flying directly over Split very soon. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it though, because we literally are flying over the top, so probably not going to be able to see the coastline. It's also very cloudy. Those clouds look pretty decent, don't they? Elliot says need to stop gambling and start his ramble off to work. Thanks, Elliot. Have a good show, mate. We'll see you next time. So, Adventure Simulations on Twitch. That is an epic journey that you've done. He says he wishes he had more time and money to explore a little bit further. That really is a mammoth trip. How long did it take you? How long did that journey take you? That's incredible. Bone, sadly not. Roman, will I do a flight to Tenerife? If ever I've got the chance to do it, then yeah, it's always nice to do a lengthy flight, isn't it? Well, we've got you guys for company, you know, it makes it worthwhile, doesn't it? Really fancy another long haul after last week. We used to do a long haul one a week, didn't we? Long haul Mondays, long haul Fridays, mileage Monday as it was called. Then everyone went back to work. Lemon, how do I select my daily routes? Primarily just random or designing on weather? I don't know. I kind of look for different factors. Something that I don't like visiting the same airports over and over and over again. So Any that I've flown sort of in the last month or so, unless they're big Easyjet bases, of course, like London Gatwick, for example, Basel, even Milan, of which we need better scenery for that. Come on, Aerosoft. Yeah, so any airports that we've visited in the last month or two, I try not to revisit them, just so we can keep the variety up. I can't even remember visiting this airport before. I think we might have, so I'd have to Google it. But I think we have flown this before. But as in terms of other things, then I don't know. It's just random luck, really, as to where we decide to go to. Hey, it's hashtag on Twitch. Do I have any add-ons installed for the clouds, or is it just live weather? Yeah, this is live weather. I don't believe there are any cloud texture add-ons anyway. So you can get Rex weather engine for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I don't think it does anything over. In fact, I would say it's perhaps probably a little bit worse than live weather. Live weather now is, unless it's broken, is really good now. Hey Lars, how is my failure setting behaving itself? It is set to failures are on. Random failures are on. The Barnox Madeira would be nice. Do you know what, Barno? We've not done Madeira for a while, and again, it's one of those that you tend to do lots and lots and lots because it's a really fun approach. Although the RMPAR has sort of taken a bit of the fun out of it now that Easyjet are authorised to do it, but nevertheless. Adventure Simulator took the train from Little Rock to Chicago, Chicago to Portland, Portland to Sacramento, and then Reno back home to Little Rock. Visited family and friends in Portland, CA Wine Country, and Reno. Does sound like a heck of a road trip, or rail trip, as it was. Let me know which you see. You were just interested. You get interested in visiting these places. Yeah, and of course, there's nothing wrong with sort of, while you're cruising, I suppose, pop in on the live stream, is there? Alongside. Lars, yeah, random failures are turned on, so it could happen, basically. Regis, what is for lunch? I had my breakfast quite late, so I'm not having any lunch today. Tell you what me and my wife have... that was bad English, wasn't it? Tell you what my wife and I have started doing. And again, I'm not going to advertise a particular brand, but we've started doing, you know, these companies that just deliver you the meals to the doors in a bags with all the select ingredients you need and the recipe sheet for it. We've started doing those and actually finding we quite like them. So I've no idea what's for tea yet. Bag number 12. Oh, football moments, is it back to school tomorrow for you, mate? Unlucky. I bet your mother is dancing with joy. I would be. Bet she can't wait. Actually, Nick, it's Hello Gusto. Yeah, but you know the companies that do them. But yeah, I'm really enjoying them. And I'm finding I'm eating things that I would have never thought. And they're actually really, really tasty. So, yeah, why not? It does mean, though, that kids are just getting fed complete rubbish at the minute, though, because we're having all this tasty stuff that they probably wouldn't eat anyway. Hey, Mike says, in the middle of something a bit different, you're taking a Piper 28 around the world. Started in Blackpool, you've got as far as Al Jazeera Aviation Club in UAE. Wow. How long has it taken you to get that far, Mike? I remember starting something similar on FSX. That was back when I was a teenager, so I'd probably have been about 16, 17, something like that. And I got all the way across Russia. So I set off from Netherthorpe, similar thing, my local airfield, set off from Netherthorpe. I got all the way across Russia without crashing, because I was very, you know, basically I was sort of, if I can't get into when I crash, that's it, game over. And I crashed as I was landing in rubbish weather, but the fuel was running out somewhere right on the eastern coast of Russia before making the jump across to Alaska. And I think I was doing it in a Cessna Caravan. Jason, celebrating 14 months of supporting the channel membership at first officer level. Jason, thank you so much, mate. Really do appreciate your support over the last 14 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Jack Moss says, hi everyone, currently got the stream muted as he's at work, but someone was kind enough to gift him a membership. Not sure who it was, but thank you so very much. You're welcome, Jack. There's been so many kind people and generous people in our stream today. Not just today, of course, over the last week or so, so it could have been any one of them. Simply Ray says he's been using one of these... who cares? I'm not the BBC. Simply says, I've been using HelloFresh for nearly a year. Love the meals. Means you rarely have to visit the supermarket too. That's true. You obviously need sort of like your pantry items and things. But for me, just taking away that thought of, oh God, what we're going to have for tea? I've got this, but I've not got that. I've got this, but I've not got that. What can I do? You know, it has. It's made it great. I think I'm going to give my lad today a jacket potato for tea. No idea what I'm going to give him with it though. Anyway, should we do a brief? Then we can sit and chat about more rubbish once we're fully briefed up. Let me get the latest weather for our destination. Andreas, do we use any NVIDIA filters? No, everything you're seeing is as it is on screen, sort of vanilla style. Okay, so weather request. Where the hell are we going? Lima Whiskey Sierra Kilo. Let's check that out. And Andrew says he's taking the plunger, but the Thrustmaster Airbus stick and throttle, hopefully arriving tomorrow. Looking forward to setting it up. You know, Andrew, there's a brilliant video on YouTube about setting up that thrust lever. I can't remember who did it. You'll be fine, Andrew. But if you do get stuck, there is a video on the channel talking you through the setup of it, which I think is perhaps a little bit quicker than reading the instructions, because the instructions are pictograms without words, and I hate that. I like instructions. Right, what we got? Let's grab the weather then. So 150. Ooh. Alright, that's in limits. 6 knot tailwind for the ILS approach. Okay, tailwind it is. Don't do it too often. So wind is currently 150 at 6. Bearing 140 and 210. Visibility is all the 9s. Fuel clouds 5,000 feet. Temperature 21, QNH is 1010, no significant changes. Okay, we'll get that into the performance page. Hey, Simon, back from work in time for the arrival. We're just about to start setting all that up. Oh, I forgot to put that back to 4. Makes very little difference. Okay, performance page then. QNH 1010. Temperature 21 degrees. That just sounds nice, doesn't it? Wind 150 at 6. Transition altitude is 11,000, and the minimums then, as we've got cav OK conditions. (982) runway visual range, of course, well above 550. 982. Fully config 135. Wonderful. Alright, let's do the arrival brief then. So, The weather, as we've just seen on screen, we've got a bit of a tailwind coming in. It's not a massive one, it's 6 knots, so well within limits. It is fine. Rather do that for the ILS approach anyway. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds, 5,000 feet, temperature 21, and we've got QNH 1010. No significant changes are expected. What I am going to do, just to keep things realistic, let me just check and see what runway is currently used in real life. I would imagine they're still going to want to use the ILS. So, yeah, Wizz Air's just departed from 3-4, so with a tailwind, so that's fine. Okay, let's go through the box then. So, yeah, I've done the weather. Aircraft obviously fine. Nothing else is, we've not broken anything. No times for the arrival either. Threats to be aware of, just the terrain. Literally, as we're coming in, the terrain over to the western side. Shame it's not depicted on this map. But yeah, the western side just here. So that's what we need to steer clear of. Also a bit of terrain as well as we're going down the ILS to the east. So if you know, we're going to break off an approach, let's not break off an approach and immediately vacate over to the right, because we may hit something. So just be aware that we are in a little bit of a valley as we're going down. So then we have got the we're expecting ILS approach runway 34, and that is the Cockpit 1 Alpha arrival in in there. We've got RadNav, the Sierra Kilo Juliet VOR is tuned to VOR 1. Might as well turn that on if we've got it tuned, haven't we? So that's fine, that's in there. The ILS approach that we're going with is a 3.3 degree descent angle, so slightly steeper than the norm. Platform altitude's 3,600 feet, transition altitude's 11,000 feet. And MSA, as we're coming in on that approach, is 10,400. How I aim to configure then is, with the lowest we can get down is 11,000 feet. Once we're sort of visual and within 10 miles of Sierra Kilo Juliet, we'll look to start heading down to get down to 6,000 feet at the VOR to perform the full procedure. I will do this. We want to be green dot at least by the time we get here, then flaps 1 as we're going out of background, slowing down 180 knots, and then we'll obviously get down and flaps 2 with the glide. So that's how I plan on configuring it. For the ILS approach, as I say, 3.3 degrees, it's a 45 meter wide runway, so nothing nothing too out of the ordinary there. All of that is set up in the box. Progress page, that's all set up as well. Performance, we've got all of that in there. So today, clean speeds 225, VAPS 135, and we're going to be fully configured for landing today as well, which we haven't done for a while, so that'll be nice. See if I can still flare the aircraft and get a decent landing when we're not in flaps 3 landing configuration. Looking to land with around 61 tons our landing weight, and around 3.5, be about 3.5 tons of fuel, I would imagine, by the time we get there, of fuel on board. The secondary flight plan is same as the active at the moment. So that's it. That's all done. We're going to use auto brake low for the landing, and then once we have landed, we will be vacating to the right at probably Charlie. So it'll be Charlie, and then just Charlie Alpha to the gate. Don't think there's anything else we need. It's a short taxi in, so single engine taxi in probably not going to be an issue for us. Go around is straight ahead, then 2.4 miles from the VOR, make a right turn 046, follow that radial. At 18 miles we'll come back into the racetrack, and we need to be at 6,000 feet for the hold at the VOR. Then we'll have another go. Loads of fuel on board as well, so that shouldn't concern us. Not if we're going there anyway. Oh, right, we've now got high level cloud. What's the temperature? It's okay, we don't need anti-ice. Dirty Henry, any tips for landing with this wind data? So if you're landing with a tailwind, you might just want to begin that flare a little earlier. If you've got a headwind, you probably need not too much, you know, if it's a really strong headwind. But if you've got a tailwind, you might just want to be giving, you know, if you hear the 40 call out, then maybe just start to tease that back and hold it. $1,400 hours looks like we'll get in. That's in half an hour. That's good. Hey Ginger Ninja, hadn't seen you come back into the chat today. How you doing? Good to see you. Struggling to find time to play at the moment. Oh dear. Isn't life a pain? Gets in the way. Mike Wright says that tinkling music in the background sounds like his washing machine when it finishes its cycle. What washing machine is that? Sounds like fun. Too long to go to the top of descent. Still probably about just under 80 miles, I think. Hey Lemon Wolf, just got back from school. How you doing? Hope you're having a good hope you've had a good day. Oh, I'm hungry now.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Lemwolf says it takes 30 minutes to get to and from school. That's fine. My secondary school, it took me about close to an hour. Not sure if my mic was muted when I said just if we ended up just a little bit too high because of this terrain to start this procedure, we could just do a quick hold at Sierra Kilo Juliet and then spiral our way down before flying the approach, but we should be okay. Hey Alphinaze said, had to disconnect on several occasions. I can see a timestamp on your navigation display. How can you activate it? What, the timer down here? This. So it's that button just there starts it. Should look good once we get through this cloud layer. No cumulonimbus clouds, so we've had to avoid those, so all that extra fuel's been wasted. Well, it's not. Just means we need to upload less fuel for the return journey, which sadly I don't have time to do today, but that'd be nice. Oh no, Alpha Naze is just a timer. It's not an ETA. Your ETA can be found on your flight plan page, right down at the very bottom. So we're looking to get there at 1400. The time now is 13:36. Engines have been running for 1 hour 33, and we took off 1 hour 24 minutes ago. Lemon, you flew in flight by wire yesterday, says he was surprised at how well optimised it is for great performance. Lemon, yeah, I can completely agree with that. Obviously, usually flying the Phoenix, when I do occasionally drop into the fly-by-wire, you really do notice a difference. Hey, Dirty Harry, thanks for being here. Hope to see you on the next. Flight. Now, quick look over the glare shield. There's the terrain starting to build. Look. That's what we don't want to crash into, obviously. Nick, you forgot to load the scenery. What, for the airport? Are you joking? Well, hang on, now you've got me wondering if I've done the same thing. I think I've done it. I guess we'll find out together, won't we? Kieran says he's also on default as well. There is a... So, the scenery I'm using for this will be... it's freeware, I think. Yeah, freeware. There is one, a payware version from Orbex, but I've not got that. Hey Mads, you flew the frame 1 mic departure from Gatwick and couldn't find the initial climb level. Air traffic control should be there, but you can't find it. Should it be there? I'm going to guess, Mads. I think it's 4,000 feet. Let me just have a quick look for you. I'm 90% certain it's 4,000 feet. Frame departure. Oh, 5,000, sorry. It's 5,000 feet. Yeah. Oh, that's the one Zulu. Hang on, where's frame 1 mic? Frame 1 mic. Oh, it is 4,000. No, I was right, yeah. 4,000 feet is the initial climb out. Mike, it is not 6,000. No. So, hang on, let me just start the descent. So, we're going to get down to... let's get down flight level 150. So, thrust idle descent 150 blue. Down we go. Oh, that looks good.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Yeah, so going back to the departure at Gatwick, so this is always a bit of a...
Speed at 464 as you send into flight level 150 on the Cogat 1 Alpha arrival.
And he's behind me, so that's fine. Yeah, that looks scenic, doesn't it? That looks really nice. And I'm now going to block it with this map. So this is something that's strange about Gatwick. So you don't have an initial flight level sort of down here in the box where you're used to seeing it, but you do have the constraints. And as you can see, the first constraint that you get is 4,000 feet. Now, we know in the Airbus we could set 6,000 feet, leave it in managed mode, and the aircraft would meet these constraints. And that's fine, except the Gatwick controllers can see when you're squawking correctly. They can see what you've got set in your FCU as your initial climb, and if you've got 6,000 feet set, but they know the first one should be 4,000 feet, then they're going to say, hey, just check your initial stop climb altitude, because we can see you've got 6,000, but it's 4,000. So, and that does happen in real life. So, yeah, the initial climb out at Gatwick for this one in particular is 4,000. Just the same as for Bognor, it is 5,000 and not 6,000. So there it says, warning, step climb. Due to interaction with other routes, pilots must ensure strict compliance with specified climb profile unless cleared by air traffic control. Now that doesn't mean that it's a bit misleading that. It doesn't mean though that 6,000 is the initial. It's 5,000 and you stay at 5,000 until ATC say, alright, you're cleared to go away. You're cleared to climb, you know, any higher or something like that. But yeah, Gatwick is a bit of a pain for that. Jeremy, it's custom views that I have set up for the custom views that we've got set up for the Fenix aircraft. So you can set those yourself, or you can even download mine off our Discord server if you so wish. And WombyTV is rating us on Twitch with a party of 39. Guys, thank you so much. Hope you're having a great day. You join us at a great time as we've just started the descent down into Macedonia. So we're going to be heading through the clouds and hopefully avoiding the terrain. Just having a look at the temperature. We're still good at the moment. Skopje traffic, top Swiss 19 Charlie Quebec is on the Cockpit 1 Alpha arrival, and we'll fly full procedure at runway 34 via the Sierra Kilo Juliet VOR, currently 3.5 miles from Kogat, and speed is Mach 0.66. However, I'm going to speed that up. Firefly, sorry I missed your message on Twitch. So the add-on for the cabin announcements is called Self-Loading Cargo. Mads, when are we flying to Copenhagen again? Ooh, don't know. Great airport though, isn't it? Especially if air traffic control's online, because they just give you the visuals. Say, have a visual approach, runway 2 to the left, there you go. So we can see we've got Nick behind us. How far away is he? Looking at that, he's probably about 12 miles in trail of us. Hey Lars, so if you want to join our Discord, there's a link, or there should be a link in the video description to that. Thankfully, these clouds look like they're not quite as thick as they could have
Charlie
been.
Quebec, do you want us to slow down?
Negative. No, I think 12 miles should be fine. There's no backtracking, so we don't need to cut the grass.
No problem.
Yeah, so the clouds are actually thinning out, so we're going to get VMC conditions as we get to MSA, so that's going to work out nicely. Lars, the downloads are all in the pilot's briefing room on our Discord server. Mike Wright says, flew Gatwick to Nice yesterday, returned today using the new Griffin call sign. Unusually, plenty of air traffic control over France and top quality controllers online as well. See, I love flying in France, but you don't tend to get a lot of VATSIM ATC, sadly. So it's just one of the reasons that we're perhaps not there as often as we should be. Because there's some great airports to visit in France, places like Nantes, if you want a bit of a challenge, Brest as well, Lille, all these kinds of places, and of course you've got the Paris airports. So yeah, lots of great airports in France. Marseille, Montpellier, all part of the Easyjet network. Tony, cabin voices come from self-loading cargo. Barney says Nice is a good one to fly into. Yeah, some hand flying going into Nice. If it's if runway 22 is in use, then you've got a bit of hand flying as well. In fact, you've got hand flying for both of them, haven't you? If you're using the RMP approach. Okay, I'm happy with the visual picture, so I'm going to set a descent to. I'm going to set descent to 6,000 now. Thrust idle, open descent, and 6,000 blue. Down we go. Hey Alec, we are using FS Realistic. Yes, indeed. Hey Nat59 on Twitch. So I do have a video on YouTube, same username as Jet Pilot, and that's got all my graphics settings on, which I'm still using now. They've not changed since I did the video, so you can check that out if you wish. Tony, if you want to check out self-loading cargo, if you just literally type that into Google, it'll come up for you. One of the top results. Jordan, the new world update I think is Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so that looks like all the terrain that is the reason for the high MSA. We're not going near that, so I'm just going to wind that speed up. We'll get down a little quicker, and as we do that, you can see that level off arrow, which we've got set 6,000 feet, so that'd be perfect. And Barry says world update is tomorrow, together with an ATR release. It'll be a disaster. Come on, Barry, keep the faith. I do think updates have got better. Do you remember the time we used to all dread them? I do think they've got better.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Scenery is looking great as we're coming in, and of course this part of the world has not had a world update, so yeah, really neat. Let's do the approach checklist. So barrel ref Q90 is 1010, seatbelt signs are on, minimums are 982, auto brake low, and the EFB is stowed. So as we're coming up on 10,000 feet, then let's just reduce our speed. 250. (10,000 feet), lights are on. And approach phase is activated. Selected speed 250, and yeah, we are we're fine now. VMC conditions, so happy with that. Okay, platform altitude 3,600 feet. Let's continue to get down, and I'm going to push for manage. Actually, start slowing down. Use some spoilers to help with that. And we could do the extra drag, so let's go flaps 1, speeds checked, flaps 1. Don't get too much drag from flaps 1 though.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we've just
We are
begun
quite high at the minute.
descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane.
Let's use flaps 2 to our advantage. We're below airspeed, so
Please note that
flaps
aircraft
2, speeds
pilots
checked,
are now
flaps
out of
2.
use. If you wish to become a Easyjet Sim Pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cab crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
As we're doing that, Jordan Benson is gifting 1 Easyjet Sim Pilot channel membership. Jordan, legend, thank you so much for your support, mate, and welcome to Alec, who is the recipient of that. Yeah, so getting down nice and quickly now, using the slats and flaps 2 config to get down. So once we're 7 miles out, we will turn heading 116. 3.5 miles out at the moment. If we need to do a glide slope capture from above procedure, remember we can only do that once we're localizer established. We'll get the gear down and wind VS down as well. It's going to start to get bumpy, I would imagine, with the terrain which we know we've got over there. There's a little bit over there as well. It looks like it's raining over there too. Right, another mile, we'll make the left-hand turn. It's not actually popped the full procedure in there, but that's okay. We'll do it manually. ILS is identified anyway. So just turn now 116. Glide slope's starting to come up, so pop them spoilers away. Should be fine. And then we'll come round, set an inbound track of 296. We're on the glide slope now, look. So I can just level off that rate of descent. So 296 is our inbound course. And we're flaps to 180 knots. Let's get ready to land. Alt star.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing. Giving prepare the cabin, thank you.
I have already got the replay running for this as well, so we can check that out once we've got down. Glide slope look blue. Yeah, so glide slope blue. Lock star.
Terrain ahead.
Cat 3 dual
Terrain
autopilot 1 and
ahead.
2.
Pull up.
So we are VMC. I'm happy we can disregard the terrain warning. And the airport's in sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing.
Skopje traffic, top Swiss 19 Charlie
Please
Quebec,
help by handing
established
in any
ILS runway
rubbish,
34,
newspapers, or
10 mile
magazines
final,
that you do
speed
not want to
180.
take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Here comes the glide slope to to meters. Glide slope start. Missed approach altitude set to 6,000 feet. So keep an eye on that wind. We said we are going to be landing with a little bit of a tailwind. That seems to be the case, but it was going to be light. That's fine at the moment. Mike, you can capture, yeah, so the glide slope capture from above is a specific procedure, but you're not allowed to do it unless you are established on the localizer. And that's obviously for terrain clearance. Hey Faraz, I'm good, thank you. Hope you're well. There's also a couple of other specific things you need to be able to do. Seems a bit windy. Right, so we're coming up to 5.5 miles, gear down. Spoilers armed, manage the speed, get the lights on, flaps 3, speeds checked, flaps 3. We'll check out the replay of this as well, guys, once we are done. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around at altitude 6,000 feet, set Eco Memo, landing no blue. AJ, if it was rubbish weather IMC, I wouldn't have come in this way. I would have sort of flown further out to the east and then come back in because there's less terrain there. Or we would have stayed further out to the west and come all the way around. Yeah, we took a shortcut over the terrain a little bit just because we could see it. Autopilot's off. I have control. So remember, it's a slightly steeper descent rate as well. 3.3 degrees. We've got 2 reds, 2 whites, 500 call out stable. So I'm going to flare a tad earlier to try and mitigate for that tailwind.
Copy traffic, Geneva 464 established 40 knots.
3 reds, picture still okay.
Minimum.
Continue.
Light slope.
40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Centre line. Okay, spoils deployed, reverse green. Decel. Manual brakes. Reverse is off. Don't think we'll make that taxiway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Ah, did we smash it in? Yeah, wasn't the smoothest. Was it above 600? Probably not. Were we on the centre line in the touchdown zone? Yes, so happy to walk away from that one. So this is freeware, and I think this looks great. This is really nice. Jordan Sunny, around 3:30ish. Oh, that's nothing. That's better than Ryanair. Nothing wrong with 3:30. 3:30 is absolutely fine. Right, where are we going to park? Stand 204. That'll do. Handling by Wizz Air. Right, whilst we're on here, we'll tidy it up, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, and the flaps up. I'll check out the replay in a little bit.
Super 464, short final 34, 3 miles.
Love how the wigwams are reflecting off that truck there. That's quite neat. I'd not noticed that before.
Coxford 12 Kilo Mike, just establishing ILS, runway 34 at 10 miles.
Ferris, does Wizz Air have its own handling opera? I have no idea. Looking forward to checking out the replay in a bit. What time are we on? 15:07. Alright, might have to be a quick replay. Do you know what? I'm going to upset GSX because I'm short on time. I'm just going straight for stand 206. Oh, there's a nice rainbow to greet us. Told you it was raining over there. Jordan, this scenery is freeware from flightsim.to, so definitely worth checking out, because it's not a straightforward approach either, is it? You know, we were a bit high in places and had to get down, so we managed to mitigate that and we were okay. Awesome. Pop the parking brakes on. So before I show the replay then, I just need to come off VATSIM, but a big shout out to Nick and those others flying with us today. Thank you so much, guys. We're just going to disconnect now from the VATSIM network as we do that, and then I'll just have a quick look at the replay as we came in as well. So just see what that terrain. A quick look of how that looked from a passenger perspective. Oh, what a way to finish the stream, guys. That looks awesome, doesn't it? That really is neat. Happy rainbow. There's a truck that had to do it joyriding in the middle of a field. I didn't plan the rainbow, but it does help things look nice, doesn't it? So how bad was the landing? What about 330? I mean, that's not bad. There's nothing wrong with 330. Oh, no, absolutely nothing wrong. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. So guys, thank you so much for spending your Monday afternoons with me. I really enjoyed that flight. I love going somewhere different, and this scenery as well. Amazing freeware scenery. Check this out on flightsim.to if you haven't done so already. To those of you who have, once again, been so generous in supporting the channel through gifts and super chats, thank you so much for supporting the stream. It really does help me be able to commit more time into these live streams. So huge thank you to you guys for that. As of course, Easyjet channel members, Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, thank you so much for your continued support. Great to see you guys, and as always, chatting with you on our Discord server. For the new members, do make sure you get yourselves into the members lounge as well, because that is that's what it's all about. So guys, thank you so much. You can learn how then to link your Discord to your YouTube to access the members lounge. I'm going to leave you then with lots of alarms. Go away. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to leave you with a final replay then, and we can enjoy this approach together. Huge shout out to everyone who supported us today, flown alongside us, and of course to our mods as well. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Bye bye guys. See you soon.
Terrain ahead. low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.